So I'm currently recording the class right now. All right. So what is a blockchain? What's a blockchain? So I actually prepared something for this, but I think I have to, share my own experience from it before actually going to what I prepared. Now, a blockchain in its barest form. I like using layman terms for explanation on things like this, so that it does not get so ambiguous or complicated for you. You get so a blockchain, as I will simply put it, is a chain of blocks. All right, it's a chain of blocks. A chain of blocks. That means it's a chain connecting blocks. Now, the key word there is blocks. You are quite conversant with the term chain. You know what a chain does. A chain is like um, a chain actually performs the function of linking. So a chain links one or two things together. All right. So the key word there is block. A keyword there is block, and that's what we don't know about. So, what is a block? That's what I want to explain now. A block is like a ledger, right? Like a ledger. I want to believe most of us we had good background on uh, basic. We have good background on financial accounting during our secondary school, and we were taught, we saw, we enlightened on what a ledger is. Well, but for the purpose of this class, I'm just going to say one or two things about what a ledger is. So, a ledger is like a book. It's a book on which transactions are documented, debit and credit transactions. For example, now, if you are working in a cooperative, or maybe you're making contributions, or let's say in a microfinance bank, this is what will happen. You might want to credit your account, you might want to debit your account. So daily recording, daily documentations of those transactions are stored on a ledger. I hope that is clear now. Daily documentations of transactions on daily documentations of transactions are being recorded on a ledger. So it's like a book, a physical book. Are you getting now? So what a blockchain does is that it connects transactions, yeah, transactions. So the kind of transactions that are being made on the blockchain, they are crypto transactions actually. So when I buy Bitcoin from, let's say, an exchange like Binance, for example, the dates, the amount, the quantity of Bitcoin which I bought, and the transaction ID or transaction hash, they're all going to be recorded on the Bitcoin blockchain. I guess it's now they're going to be recorded on the Bitcoin blockchain. AB, you're trying to speak some, you're going to say something. Please just kindly mute your mic for now. I
Okay.
will allocate time for questions. Okay. All right. So I'll just take it from here, from what I wrote down. So a blockchain, I said before, a blockchain is a chain of blocks that actually records transactions done on the crypto space. All right. So I already explained what a ledger is. A ledger is a physical book for recording um, debits and credit transactions. So what a blockchain does, a blockchain is actually digital. So it's not something you can touch. It's not something that is visible. You cannot see it with your naked eyes, but it's actually digital. So that's what makes it different from a ledger account or a ledger book. Right. And one thing about the blockchain is that compared to the ledger, a ledger is centralized. Let me explain what that means. When I mean something is centralized, I mean um, okay, a particular person has power over it. He can preside over it. Centralized. Someone okay, it's mutable actually. So someone can edit every transaction on that goes on within that circle. For example, now if you are a chief collector, like those people that used to collect contributions from friends, and for example, I'm paying 2,000 naira per month. I'm paying to a chief collector. Me, I'm a chief payer, and I'm paying 2,000 naira per month. The chief payer might want to compromise the data which he or she is keeping, because she has the sole right to do that, because the record is with her. She has the right to change the figures, to change the dates or the amount which I paid, and that could cause a lot of argument. That's what it means to be centralized. That's what it means for something to be centralized. But in the case of a blockchain is decentralized. What does that mean? Nobody has the right to change inputs. So, for example, you are buying Bitcoin. You are buying two Bitcoins from Bitcoin. What's it called? Bitcoin, or let's say Binance now. Bitcoin is listed on virtually almost all the exchanges all over the world. So let's say you're buying Bitcoin from an exchange now. You're buying two Bitcoin. There's nobody that can go and change it to 1.5 Bitcoin. It cannot be hacked. That's one thing. It cannot be hacked compared to your chief collector. And another disadvantage of this kind of exchange, that's for the chief collector now, that centralized exchange, is that it can, data can be lost. For example, now your chief collector wants to travel, and it takes along the book, just like a two-way book or 40 leaves book, and along the way, the book got missing, or it got stolen from her. You know that all the transactions which you'll be keeping with her has been lost, and she has every right to, put up a fight with you. You cannot trace it. There's nothing like that. But transactions made on the blockchain makes it easier for users like me and you to trace our transactions. So there's no cause for arguments. There's no cause to go and sue Ayala, or go to court, or bring up some legal issues, because everything is trackable. This is technology for you. And okay, this technology for you. Everything is trackable. All your transactions, they are there. You can see them without no discrepancies. You cannot, there's no changing of figures. No one can edit it. That's a blockchain for you. And that's why we are encouraging everybody in Africa, because in the Western world, most persons, they are quite conversant with what blockchain is. It's a technology. Let me explain what it actually entails. I will say it's an innovation. Why? Because first of all, right from um, the onset, Stone Age, we're actually using um, trade by barter as a means of payments, as a means of transactions, where someone who has goods can exchange with someone who has yam. So that's the way they were trading in those days. So maybe okay, after that system of payments or system of financial technology, that was the coolest, coolest, that is the best, lowest form of financial technology, fintech, then barter trade. So an innovation evolved from that. Why? Because a lot of persons saw that, okay, I cannot actually, I will actually need more things. Sorry, what if I want to get um foodstuffs? Okay, what if I want to get a motorcycle, and I'm having yam, and the only person which I want to exchange with is having goods? I don't need goods at that time, so I need the motorcycle. So that was why they had to do an innovation to scrap off rather the barter system of trading to what we call these coins. So coins evolved. Coins, that's your coin now, 50 kobo, one of that. Why? So that people can have a larger access to buy things which they prefer and preference to. Okay, so that was what they did, and that was how coins came into existence, came into place. So people were now using coins to transact, to buy and sell. After that, they saw that, okay, for example, they want to buy a motorcycle or a car. A car is quite expensive. So let's say you want to buy a car for 100 naira or 1,000 naira. So you have to count, you have to carry big bags of coins, big bag of coins before you can, go and give it to the car seller and get your car. And that was kind of stressful. The stress of traveling from one place, one region to another with bags of coins was really not really cool. It was not really cool, and that was why we actually, you know, evolved to using the paper money. That's what we see it today. We use the paper money. Your your naira is called fiat, actually. FIATS. It's called fiat. So we evolved to using fiat. So this is just like the evolution of money, the issue of money, how we came to where we are today, how we became um, how we started using cryptocurrency. So after the paper money, people saw that, okay, sometimes you might want to withdraw from your ATM, and you are getting 500 naira. I mean, Nigerian actually, but we have other persons all over the world here. I think Tom is from Ghana here. Okay, let me use Tom as an example now. In your country, they use CDs. So probably you want to withdraw from the ATM, and they are giving you want to withdraw thousands of CDs, and they are giving you in paper form. It might be so inconvenient for you to carry around, especially with the case of all this hobby here and there. So people saw that, okay, what are the ways in which we can actually improve the system of trading or transacting now? So they said, okay, instead of carrying cash around, let's evolve into digital currencies, and that's how your PayPal came, Payona came. After that one, they said, okay, we can now tokenize things. We can now, we can virtually tokenize everything in this world now. We can virtually tokenize everything, and that's how cryptocurrencies evolved, and that is the stage which we are now. All right, cryptocurrencies, that's how it evolved, and that's the latest technology. All these things, cryptocurrencies just It's just an innovation from previous technologies, and it was actually discovered due to some discrepancies, or let's say to solve the issues that most that old technologies had. We saw the problem barter trade had. So from there we evolved up to this point, and that's why we are using cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrencies that are used to perform transactions on the blockchain. So every cryptocurrency which you have today that is existing, they are found they are founded on a blockchain, because that's the medium through which you can perform. You can use it. You can, just like saying you want to use naira. You cannot use your naira, that's your NGN in the United States of America. It's not accepted there. I guess it now. So the only place the cryptocurrencies are accepted is the blockchain, and that is why it's very essential for us as youths, especially youths. I'm very particular about these things. I'll give you an example. Years back, we are in Nigeria. The federal government, a bit jam, they decided to improve the technology. Instead of using paper and pen to write the exams, they decided to improve the technology by um, using this CBT, that is computer-based tests, to conduct the examinations. And at that time, most Nigerians, they were not having knowledge on how to operate a simple computer. So I actually saw some parents, going to enroll their children on their wards on cyber cafe centers so that they can get acquainted with how to use the computer system. And it was actually late. Africans were quite backward to things. This is something that in the Western world, a 2-year-old child can operate the system. So it was when they saw when they saw the need, not when they saw the need actually, when it became so impromptu. We like to rush in this part of the world, in this part of the continent. When they saw that it was needy, that if they don't have a knowledge on how to use a computer, they might actually fail that jam. That's when they went to enroll their ward. And most of them, they were not able to cope with that short time. The computer is not, for a kind of, Africans, we are not open to things like this before. So for people like us who are not actually open to such technology, it will take time for us to actually adapt. And that was what happened. I think the first year it was established, the CBT system of writing jam was established in Nigeria. The pass rate was really low compared to the fail rate. So a lot of persons failed because, not that they were not intelligent, but because they were not prepared. And that's why I'm telling you this now. I'm preparing your mind now, because a couple of years from now, let me not say a couple of years, we are evolving. Yes, we are evolving to the digital world. We are using like this paper. Our paper money will go extinct. We go into extinction. So it's not going to be in use again. That's what it means. It's not going to be in use again. Technology is advancing. We cannot stay behind. So you are privileged to be part of this meeting, because we are having knowledge of it. Some of us is the very first time. For some of us, we've been in this space for quite some time. So congratulations to everyone here. So that's just the issue of money. So let me go over the blockchain again. I'm still on blockchain. Why am I taking my time to explain what blockchain is? Because the reason for this meeting is actually to enlighten everyone about how the Bantu blockchain works. So before we can know that, we have to know what the blockchain is and how the crypto space is being managed or run. All right. So I said the blockchain is a series of interconnected digital ledgers. I've said that before. A series. That means that a blockchain cannot exist in isolation. That's what it means. It's a series of interconnected digital ledgers. It cannot exist in isolation. So it needs a couple of entities, like more than one entities, more than one transactions. That's what makes up a blockchain. More than one transactions come together, and they are being linked by a chain. I said the block is like a ledger that records or stores or keeps or documents transactions that are made in the crypto space. All right, so the blockchain is a series of interconnected ledgers that interconnected ledgers, and it's okay. I already explained what a ledger is. It's a book for keeping financial record, debit and credit, and um, and it helps to solve the problem of this normal conventional banking system. For example, the bank we operate a centralized kind of banking system in this country. We have a central bank of Nigeria having SORAs. Let me say SORA because we as the users, most of us we have commercial banks. We are banking with them. We have accounts with them. So we are just users and we don't have SORAs. We don't have access to our accounts. What I mean, right? It's not as if you cannot withdraw. You cannot pay money inside your account. But what I mean by that is that um, you can't, yeah, you don't have control over your account. The central bank may decide at the time to block your account, to restrain you from withdrawing. Okay, I think that there are even limits placed on daily withdrawals in this country. They'll say that your daily limit is 100,000 naira, but on the blockchain, there's no limit whatsoever. No one has the right to pry into your privacy. No one has the right to change any of your details. You can do this in your convenience. Like I'm at home now, I can make transactions in the comfort of my home. I can make payments all over the world because it's actually global. It's not something that it's not a Nigerian thing. It's not just an African thing. So it's a global universal thing, and we can make payments on the blockchain using. I can make payment on the blockchain seamlessly, and I'll be seamlessly and with high security. What I mean by high security is that I don't need to fear that my money is going to, and that person or my money or my funds is going to be lost. I guess because everything is actually trackable on the blockchain, and you do that via the transaction ID. When you make a transaction on the blockchain, you get a transaction hash, either a transaction hash or a transaction ID, and that's what you can use to track the details of your transactions and to check if it has actually been delivered or not. And it's very fast. Sometimes we may make a payment, using our mobile apps, mobile banking apps, and it might take a day before it can be completed due to networks and all of that. But on the blockchain, it's very fast and secure, very fast and secure. All right, so that's just a part of the blockchain. Okay, I said, and that big advantage of the blockchain is that it's immutable, meaning that records can be kept and not be edited by anyone. So the records which you have on the blockchain cannot be edited, but the CBN can want to, hackers. Yes, we have hackers in Nigeria. We have hackers all over the world. They can hack into your account, your bank account, withdraw your funds and all that. But on the blockchain, it is practically impossible. Why? It is encrypted by what we call cryptography. It's encrypted. Let me just share my screen and show you get what I mean by that. The blockchain is encrypted by what we call cryptography. So I'll be sharing my screen now. So that I'll just share one or two pictures with you. Just hold on. Just hold on. All right. So I'm getting this now. Okay. So can you all see my screen now? Just unmute yourself and just respond. Can you all see my screen? If you can, just let me
Yes,
know.
yes. See your screen.
Dave,
Hello.
well, I can't face network issues at your place.
The network is really bad. Yes, I think. But can you see my screen now?
No,
Yes.
no.
Okay.
You can see
Like,
your
I only see
screen.
your face. I only see
Can you
your
see my screen?
face. But I can't see the screen.
You can see your screen.
Okay. You can see my screen now, Abi.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I can now see your screen.
The face is
I can't see your screen. No, I can't.
Are you with me now? Just let me know.
Yes. Yes, I'm with
Sorry.
you. I'm with you.
yes, sir.
Network. All right. Okay. So we can just continue now. I've stopped sharing my screen. So still on the blockchain. Still on what blockchain entails. Okay. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Okay. Still on one blockchain entails. Said okay. Another advantage of blockchain is that it's immutable. I've said what that means. People cannot edit your transaction details there. You cannot edit your transaction details. And another thing that it's allows you to send or make payments seamlessly, faster, seamlessly, and even secured compared to your central system of payment or your central mode of payment. All right, so the blockchain space is similar, and it's affecting all major spheres of life. So don't think that the blockchain is just affecting cryptocurrencies. Because most of us we are quite concerned what cryptocurrencies are. But we know what Bitcoin is. If at all we don't know what cryptocurrencies entail, but we know what Bitcoin mean. All right, so that's not what it's all about. The blockchain actually is an innovation, like I said before, it's an innovation and it's an improved way of doing of making transactions. So before now, prior to this time, we were making transactions or using other means, carries, coins, and all that. But now it's just an innovation and improved of doing things, which implies that they were formerly old ways of doing that same thing. Yeah. So the way the improved the innovation was actually to improve the old way of doing things because it's not as if those things were not done before. Payment has been in existence right from time of Adam himself. So prior to that time, there has been transactions going on, but this is just an improved way. As technology advances, we need to advance with it. Okay, so it's an innovation that it also affects the health sector, agriculture, and even finance. So it's not just cryptocurrencies. Now it affects the health sector too. So why does it affect the health sector? I will explain those things when I come into job opportunities in the crypto space. So there are a lot of job opportunities aside the trade. Most of the times when we talk about blockchain, cryptocurrency, what comes to our mind is that we want to buy and sell. Okay, I'm sharing my face now. What comes to mind is that I want to buy and sell, want to buy a particular cryptocurrency and sell it, but that's not actually all about the blockchain. The blockchain I said it's an innovation. It's not just a trading platform. Actually, it's not a trading platform. So we have a lot of opportunities there. The opportunities cuts across the banking sector, the agricultural sector, even sports, yes, and the financial technology. So a lot of banks are partnering with the Bantu blockchain. I think I have to go to Bantu blockchain now. So a lot of sectors are partnering with the Bantu blockchain. What's a Bantu blockchain? I'll just put it in simple term. A simple term. I've explained what a blockchain is. I said it's a series of interconnected digital ledger that helps you to record transactions on the digital space. So a Bantu blockchain is just a blockchain affiliated to the Bantu network. Okay, it's the blockchain affiliated to the Bantu network. I think the Bantu network. All right. So, what does this network do? What does this network do? What does it do? Why is it so important? Before you can actually embrace, should I say embrace or adapt or adopt a blockchain. What I mean by adopt, before you can actually be a member of a blockchain, there are some things you need to put into consideration. I made a video on my Instagram page. I was talking about the relevance of the Bantu blockchain. I became a member. I've been in this on this blockchain for the past 2 years now. So I'm still a member up to now. I'm still a member up to now. So there are some things to look out for before adopting a blockchain. It's not all blockchains that you just adopt, but the Bantu blockchain has come out with some use cases. So those use cases are like things which investors or users will see, and they will say, okay, this is actually what joining, or this is actually what adopting. Are you getting that? So, because nobody wants to invest his or her time or money or anything or skill or talent on something that is not viable. So Bantu has quite a number of use cases. What I mean by use cases, like what they intend doing. Every blockchain wants to solve a problem. The reason for this innovation is because they want to solve a problem. So if you are introduced to a blockchain and they're not the persons that introduced it and they're not giving you good reasons why you should join, or the problems or issues which the owners want to solve, then it's not what venturing into. Okay, it's not what venturing into. No one wants to bear losses. Okay, everyone wants to be profitable. So the Bantu blockchain has a quite good use cases. They are okay. One of them is to you know improve transactions, like the speed of transactions. They want to make it fast and they want to make it secure. They want to make it reliable. I'll just highlight some of the use cases of the Bantu blockchain now. The use case of the Bantu blockchain. I say the Bantu blockchain, it combines speed, security, reliability, and also includes human elements of fairness and sharing to empower participants of the network while lowering the entry barriers for participation. So they help to speed up transactions. For example, let me use the Bitcoin blockchain as an example. The Bitcoin blockchain has its native token as the Bitcoin. So token every cryptocurrency, every token, I like the word token, not cryptocurrency, has a unique blockchain. For example, the Bitcoin, it has its own blockchain called the Bitcoin blockchain. The Ethereum, it has its own blockchain, Ethereum blockchain. So this Bantu blockchain now is a network. It's a network, and it also has its blockchain called the Bantu blockchain. So the use cases is what I'm highlighting now. The first of some of them I just highlighted. I say it combines speed. So for example, now I'm a user I'm a user on the Bantu blockchain, and if I want to send um, some tokens, let's say the XBN. The XBN is the native token of the Bantu blockchain, the XBN. So I said just now that each token has a blockchain. So the token of the Bantu blockchain is the XBN. It's called the Bantu Network Token, XBN. All right. So if I want to make a transaction, or if I want to send XBN to another user, yeah, because for me to send um, XBN to a fellow user, for me to send SBN to a person, the person has to be a user too. It's just like saying you want to send money from your account to another person's account. The person has to be a bank user or an account user. It might not necessarily be the same bank with yours. For example, now I'm using First Bank and I want to transfer money to somebody. It doesn't mean the person has to be using First Bank too. You can be using UBA, you can be using Zenith or FCMB. So that's the same can be likened to the blockchain or the Bantu blockchain. If I want to send XBN to somebody, the person has to have a Bantu, a means through which I'm going to transfer the XBN, and that's the person has to be a user first of all, and the person has to send me his or her wallet addresses. Now, like okay, relating to the conventional bank system now, like when you want to transfer money to your friend or your sister, your brother, you require the account number, right? Yes, that's what we use in the conventional world. That's in the normal banking system. But on the blockchain, we don't use account numbers. We don't use account numbers. So there's no such thing as account numbers. We use wallet addresses. Wallet addresses. So that's the means through which you can transfer. It's a means like an means of identity. So every user on the Bantu blockchain has a unique, a specific, or let's say a different wallet address. My wallet address is different from your wallet address. Okay, and is peculiar to me. Okay, so if I want to send SBN to probably, let's say, Murphy on this group chat now, I have to require of him his wallet address. And you cannot get a wallet address. You cannot have a wallet address without you having the Bantu Pay wallet. So I want to believe majority of the members on this call are full-fledged Bantu users. They are active users, not just full-fledged. They are active users. Some of you are holding XBN. Quite all right. So if, for example, now I'm okay. after this class, I'm going to be rewarding some person. I'm going to be asking questions. So I'm going to reward some person with SBN token. So I will require of you either your username on the Bantu blockchain. It's either you send, if I want to send XBN to some person, it's either I require of them their username or their wallet addresses. But the one that is more convenient is username, because is something that you can have access to anytime. For example, it might not be with the phone which you install the app, the Bantu Pay app on. It might not be with the phone at that moment, and you might just be chatting on WhatsApp, on Telegram, and I say, okay, I want to send you some tokens. You have done well today. Can you send me what I used to send you? Yes, either your wallet address or your username. So instead of you to say or to delay the process and say, oh, I'm not with my phone, I cannot copy my wallet address and send to you, you can just give me your username. I think that one is in your head, so you can give that out even at your convenience. So I think those are the two ways you can use to make payments or send money, send XBN, or send funds out in the Bantu blockchain. So if you are here and you are not a member, a registered member of the Bantu blockchain, I implore you, please go and download the Bantu Pay app on Google Play Store and you register. If you are asked for a fire ID, you can just use mine, Dave Casting. I'll drop it after the end of this meeting. But for now, let's just focus on use cases of the Bantu blockchain. It's massive. It's needful that we have knowledge of this. Aside from the money aspect, I have knowledge of it. You know why I'm saying this? Because after now, I'm going to be talking about some job opportunities in the crypto space or in the Bantu blockchain. There are a lot of things that you can do, and you start earning dollars. I'm not the kind of person that want to entice you with money, but the reality is that there's money. That's the truth. But I don't like making that the first approach to things. I believe in knowledge so much. So before you start salivating and say, okay, there's money, quite right, you have to have the knowledge about what you want to venture into. You cannot just go into it and say, okay, you need money. What solutions do you want to prefer to the problems? Every blockchain, and no blockchain is perfect. No blockchain is perfect. It's an innovation. Even your back system, they are not perfect. There are some lapses that need to be covered, and that's why we see people giving down constructive criticisms out and say, okay, this is what you are passing through. If you can do this, it's going to improve your system of banking and all that. So the same thing applies to the blockchain, the Bantu blockchain. There are a lot of opportunities open to all of us if you have the required skill. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag now, but let's just stick with the use cases. That means what Bantu blockchain, the problems which the Bantu blockchain want to solve, and the solution, and the relevance in the society. What are they after? Why was it established? Did they just establish it to just cash funds, so to just make themselves part of a blockchain owner? Is that what they did? No. I'm just going to be highlighting some of the things, some of the reasons why they actually built the blockchain. It was actually built, and it was built and it was launched in Nigeria in December 16, 2020. So that was the year it was actually launched in this country, in Nigeria. I'm sorry for using country because there are some persons that are not from this country on this call. All right. So Tom, please don't be offended. Okay. So as I was saying, there are a lot of things that it wants to settle. There are a lot of solutions that it wants to prefer to improve, transactions that you make
They've
instead of
cast it.
making. Yeah.
But look, I'm not offended. You guys should take
All
more
right.
than credit. That one is very true.
Okay.
I don't know when Ghana or anyone in Ghana will be planning to list a coin, but I heard there's Freedom coin being developed or something. I heard a certain rumor in Ghana, but they won't think about themselves. But we are just hoping
Okay.
for good news in Ghana too.
All right. So we're anticipating that too. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So sorry for that. And we'll continue. Said we have a lot of use cases. I'm just going to highlight them now. So the Bantu network makes it possible to instantly and securely swap and trade digital assets. So you can instantly do that. Most of you are holding XBN. I think I gave some of you guys XBN to activate your wallet. I might be thinking, I'm just seeing some money in my account. Can it be swapped? Yes, it can be swapped. Can it be exchanged? Yes, it can. Can it be traded? It can, 100%. So it's not you are not just seeing that in your wallet as a minor thing. It's a token, and it has a value. Currently, XBN is the native token of the Bantu blockchain. It has a value, and okay, it has a value, and it can be exchanged for money, like money, fiat. Now, when I say money, the token is a form of money, but the one we know is fiat. Say this is US dollars and all of that. Okay, so I said it's okay. It makes it possible to instantly securely transfer, swap, and trade tokens. That's what the Bantu blockchain does. One of the things that it does, and at low cost. At low cost. Let me explain what low cost mean. Um, Unlike some other blockchains, for example, Ethereum currently is very heavy on charges. Let me put it that way. It's very heavy on charge. What I mean by heavy on charges is this. For example, I bought Ethereum on my let's say on my Binance account or my Trust wallet. I bought Ethereum. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency actually. If I buy Ethereum and I want to send it to a friend, let's say I bought Ethereum worth $1,000, for example, and I want to send $100 worth of Ethereum to my friend. The fee which I'm going to be charged is going to be like 20% of what I intend to sell. So I might actually end up sending altogether $120 worth of Ethereum. And my initial aim was to send just $100. So you see that $20 can be used. $20 came out as the network fee, that's the transaction fee, and it's very costly. That's one of the lags, one of the bugs of Ethereum network. It's not as if it's not. It's the biggest network, it's the biggest blockchain in the world globally, but it still has some lapses, some lags, and that's high costs, high costs of transferring funds out of it. But on the Bantu blockchain, that problem has been solved. So I told you before you can actually adopt a blockchain or adopt when someone is actually introducing to a blockchain, you must look for what it wants to solve. Don't just dabble into it because you have money and you have money to throw around. So the Bantu blockchain, you can transfer SBN to as much person as you want to with a little amount. It's never up to. It's not okay. I think it's a, 0.00001 dollar. That's a spirit. Is less than 2 cents, less than a cent actually. So it's very cheap to transfer funds, transfer SBN from your account to another person. So that's what the blockchain has actually solved. It solved high costs, and it actually adopted low cost of transferring SBN out. So I think that's also a good thing we can look at. Then it provides a swift and secure, scalable and reliable technology infrastructure for global digital asset transfer and payment. Okay, there's a high security infrastructure that has been put in place by the Bantu blockchain to really make things swift and fast, even scalable. That means everyone can actually access it. It's not something that is so cumbersome. That's why you are quite welcome to the Bantu blockchain, because most persons here that noobs, they don't know anything about the cryptocurrency. This is the first time that you're hearing about cryptocurrency, so you don't need to have complex knowledge, let me put it that way, or advanced knowledge about blockchain before you can be a member of the Bantu blockchain, before you can actually make a way for yourself in the Bantu blockchain, because they made every other technology very simple, easy user interface, user friendly, DX and all of that. So you don't need hyper or advanced knowledge to be part of. You don't need any knowledge of coding. You don't need to be a cyber guru or crypto guru, crypto boss, like they normally call it in our dispensation now. That this guy is very grounded in the crypto space and all of that. So even if you are new, you can easily adopt it without any problem. All right. So it's a value-driven community that exemplifies the spirit of sharing and collaboration. Companies and financial institutions across the world can connect to Bantu via API. So Bantu is not just a Nigerian thing, it's not just an African thing. Are you getting now? So in as much as it was founded in Africa, that's Seychelles now, that was when it was actually founded firstly before launched in Nigeria 2020 in 2020 December 16. So in as much as it's an African blockchain, it was founded on the African region. That's not a deterrent to any country in the world. They can connect. Every human being can connect to the Bantu blockchain with APIs. So it's very easy to connect. You can, if you have someone in Ontario, Canada, if you have someone in Alabama, USA, you can tell the person to go and download the Bantu blockchain, and you can actually do that easily. All right, so That's what it's not just an African thing, it's a global thing. So if you have friends in Germany, if you have parents, friends, families overseas, you can tell them that, okay, I've actually seen something, a gem, something that is quite feasible, and you can actually adopt it too, just like I'm doing right now. Okay, so that's that for some of its use cases. I say use cases is just like the issues, the problems which it tends to solve, which it tends to solve. Okay, okay. I think I have one. Okay. Is a truly distributed network infrastructure with a decentralized governance model. What I mean by decentralized, nobody has a right to edit your transaction. So it's not like your central bank. It's not like a conventional banks. I guess now it's not controlled by your CBN, like it's not controlled by a body. So everyone have equal access on the blockchain. One thing I like about the blockchain is like it's a democratic system of government. Okay, so no one comes up and just brings out something that will not be favorable for the whole community users. They actually do this by what we call consensus algorithm. So you have the right to vote. They might just put up a poll. Even this meeting, before it was actually conducted, I think I put up a poll myself. So it's not something that I don't have to force you. You are not. It's not a secret code that you have to be forced into. Okay, so they make a poll, people vote via consensus. You have to have a consensus, an agreeable consensus, and that's done by a consensus algorithm. So this is what the Bantu blockchain wants to do. I said before, a it has a token. It's not a token, just like the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is a token of the Bitcoin blockchain. The Ethereum is a token of the Ethereum blockchain. So XBN, I said XBN stands for Bantu Network Token. Undermine that X is, I don't want to explain that now. Undermine that X, but what XBN actually stands for is the Bantu Network Token. So it's a network. What network means to, like, most of the medical students now, like plexuses, where one or two things meet. So that's a network. You can see you have a network of friends. So it's not just a single entity. It's not existing in isolation. So it consists of a number of things or entities to make up its ecosystem. So that's what the Bantu blockchain is. So I'll just take some few things about it. Then we take questions, and okay, I'll share some opportunities that you can actually access on the Bantu blockchain. Now, the XBN, like I said, the XBN is the native token on the Bantu blockchain, and that's what you can use to make transactions. What I mean by that is that if you're in Ghana, you cannot use Naira to make transactions. You only use CDs. If you're in England, you use your pounds, British pounds. If you're in Kenya, you use your Kenyan shillings. If you're in America, you use your US dollars, USD. So in the Bantu blockchain, the currency which you can use to make transactions on payment is called the XBN. And it also has the Bantu blockchain also has a reward system called like the means or a currency or a token through which it rewards users for performing some specific tasks, and that token is called the BNR. That's the Bantu network reward. Bantu network reward. So if you perform a task on probably the social media handles, you'll be rewarded in BNR. But most times they might tend to also reward you in XBN. But the major token for reward, like the reward system on the Bantu blockchain, is called the BNR. Please, I would like us to take note of these things to help us. I'm going to be asking questions after now. Then the XBN, I know most of you are quite, curious about this XBN. What is it about? It's a token and it has a value, just like gold. Now, gold is an asset. It has a value in the market. It's like stocks. Stock is an asset, so it has value, shares and all of that. The measure. Even Bitcoin has a value where you can trade, when you can buy and sell. So, like those things, the XBN has a value, and it's available to trade on some platforms. The Bantu blockchain was first listed on the Bitress Global Exchange. That was last year, July 29th. I can remember vividly. July 29th, that was when the Bitress Global Exchange was. That was when the SBN was listed on the Bitcoin on the Bitress Global Exchange. Now you might want to ask, what's an exchange? Good. Okay. Please, can you just mute your mic? Okay, thank you very much. You might want to ask, what's an exchange? An exchange is a place where you can where assets or where tokens are opened for transactions, or where tokens are exhibited for transactions. For example, now you have exchanges like the Binance exchange, you have exchange like OKX, KuCoin, so many that hundreds of exchanges that we have established owned by users all over the world and are making their money out of it. So the exchange is like a marketplace where you can exhibit your token. For example, now the Beaches Global the Beaches Global Exchange is a marketplace. It's a place where XBN is listed. So XBN was listed by the Bantu blockchain on the Beaches Exchange so that people all over the world can access it and get and adopt this token. I guess it now. So it's a marketplace now. That's the Beaches Global Exchange. So after the listing on the Beaches Global Exchange, the XBN was also listed on in peer-to-peer non-custodial marketplace. A peer-to-peer, like peer-to-peer means between peers, so it does not actually need to have a trading pair like SBN against US dollars, SBN against Nigerian naira, SBN against Kenyan shillings or Ghana cedis. Sorry, Kenyan shillings and Ghana cedis. Yeah. All right. So you can actually transfer or swap or trade these tokens between peers, and it's not as if you need to see physically. It's all done in it's all done on the blockchain. So we don't necessarily need to see eye to eye. You can actually sell your SBN on the Timbuktu on this exchange, and the exchange is Timbuktu.exchange. I'm a merchant on the Timbuktu exchange. I've been a merchant for almost more than a year now, not almost more than a year. I'm still a merchant actually. So what do I do? Was my job description as a merchant? I help to provide liquidity on the Timbuktu exchange. What's liquidity? Like I provide the coins like XBN rather. I provide XBN for people to buy, and when they want to actually trade it for money for them for fiat, they can also sell to me. So like a merchant, like a trader on the Timbuktu exchange, powered by the Bantu blockchain. So you see that the Bantu blockchain has actually empowered a lot of sectors. Okay, so it has empowered the Timbuktu exchange to actually get more, what is it, traffic now? Traffic, because the Timbuktu exchange, a lot of tokens are being listed there, but for XBN to be listed there, it gives the Timbuktu exchange, more traffic and more customers or users all over the world. So I'm a merchant on the Timbuktu exchange. Maybe after now you intend buying or adopting the XBN, you can feel free to message me, or after this class I might just do a walkthrough to show you guys how to use the Timbuktu exchange to purchase or trade your XBN. Please, it's okay. Once I want to note about the Timbuktu exchange is that it is the easiest way to trade your XBN. You don't need to. It's not complex. It's very simple. Anybody can use the Timbuktu exchange. Unlike the rest exchanges, you need to do some verifications, submit some documents like national ID card. They have to verify you before you can trade your XBN. So you can actually, if you are actually crypto inclined, you can want to adopt that means. But if you are a new person in crypto space, you might want to use the Timbuktu exchange. After now, I'll be dropping the links for those things, but just follow me closely. Then it's also listed on the Bitmart Global Exchange. It's also listed on the Bitmart Global Exchange. It's also listed on fmfw.io. That was former Bitcoin exchange. It's also listed on the Trade Father. I think that's the recent exchange which um, XBN was listed on. So XBN is currently listed on 5 exchanges. So I said the first one is Beatrice Global Exchange. Second one, Timbuktu Exchange. Third one, Bitmart. We have fmfw.io, and the last one, Trade Father. So all these exchanges which I'm listing is their marketplace which are open for everybody. There's no restriction. Okay, let me even chip this in. One of the advantages of the Bantu blockchain is that it does not have any restrictions to your status quo. For example, your age, your tribe, your race. It doesn't matter if you are black or white. There's no racism here. There's no discrimination. It doesn't matter if you are 18 or less than 18, because there's no need for that. In your normal conventional banks, you will need to be up to 18 before you can open a standard account. So because that's when this country actually issues the means of identification. That's your national identity card. So you don't actually on the Battle blockchain, you don't actually need to be 18. There's no age discrepancy. There's no status quo challenge or issue. So that's another benefit of being a part of the Bantu blockchain. Okay, having said what the Bantu blockchain is, I haven't listed or elucidated on the tokens listed there as the SBN and the BNR. I think we should see more things about it. Okay, so I'll be talking quickly now on the opportunities that are opened for you as a user on. Okay, before then the Bantu blockchain it also has some services. It's not just, I said before, when you talk about the blockchain or cryptocurrencies, it's not about trading alone. The blockchain is not about trading or buying Bitcoin and selling it when it's buying it when it's low on and selling it when it's high. I get in there. There are more to these things. So you just need to have a good amount of knowledge about this thing so that you can actually navigate through the space. Okay, so I was saying there are a lot of services that the Bantu blockchain provides. I'll just go over it now. Just give me a moment. I'll be sharing my screen now. Stay with me, please. Okay, so what's the Bantu Explorer? The Bantu Explorer is like a server on the Bantu blockchain through which you can track transactions that are made on the Bantu blockchain. So what do I mean by that? For example, now if you want to track, probably you sent Bitcoin to somebody using your Binance account, and you send Bitcoin to somebody using Binance account, and you want to track the if it has been sent or not. You can go to the Bantu, the Bitcoin Explorer or the Bitcoin exchange. You can check, you can copy your transaction ID or transaction hash to check the amount of Bitcoin you sent to the person and the date, if it has been delivered or not. The same thing is applied to the Bantu blockchain. Every transaction you make on the Bantu blockchain are being recorded on the Bantu blockchain, like I said before. And the way through which you can track it is by using the Bantu Explorer. So that's one of the services that has been established and is being managed on the Bantu blockchain. So you have the Bantu Explorer. Bantu Explorer is a server through which you can track um, your the transactions made on the Bantu blockchain. So you can just go over to Bantu Explorer. Then probably you made a transaction to somebody. You just copy. All you need is a transaction ID. Yes, every transaction has an ID to track. So you copy the transaction ID or transaction hash and you paste it on the transaction. Sorry, on the Bantu Explorer, and all the details of transactions are going to be showed. They're going to display on the Bantu Explorer. So that's one of the services of the Bantu blockchain. Then we also have the Bantu token creator. Yes, and this is one of the exciting parts of the Bantu blockchain. Most of the time, most persons are concerned about how to create a token for them for themselves. A token, like you want to create your token. For example, let me use a name here. Let's say, okay, Jerry token. You want to create a Jerry token. You want to tokenize yourself and place it on the marketplace so that it can be exchanged for money. You can do that on the Bantu blockchain. How do you think Ethereum came about? It was created. It was created and founded on the blockchain. So people actually created the Ethereum, the Bitcoin tokens. So the same thing can be done on the Bantu blockchain. You can create tokens, and that's one of the services also on the Bantu blockchain. You can, if you just visit www.bantublockchain.org, and you see the services there. It's very simple to use, and you don't need to have a knowledge of coding, because most of the exchanges or most of the blockchains which we have nowadays, you cannot create a token except you have a knowledge of coding. Sorry, a knowledge of coding. So you must have coding skills. You must learn Java, or kind of that before you can know how to create a token on some other blockchains. But Bantu blockchains, it gives us the leverage to create tokens without such knowledge, and that's quite plausible. I want to commend. I'm using this opportunity to commend the CEO, in the person of Ernest Mbekun, and the co-founder, Mr. Victor. They have really done a good job to allow this happen on the blockchain. All right. So another thing that is on the blockchain is we have the Bantu laboratory. Okay, the Bantu laboratory in simple terms is just where you access tools to create your tokens. So I said there's a token creator service on the Bantu blockchain. You also need tools. So in order for you to create tokens on the Bantu blockchain, you need tools to do so, and those tools are available on the Bantu laboratory. And there are other kinds of services which the Bantu blockchain offers, and it gives us high scalability and also high accessibility on the blockchain. So no one has to why one thing I like about the blockchain is user friendly interface. Just anyone can participate. It's very easy to be a member. It's very easy to use, very simple. There's no need to You don't have to have a PhD. Yes, you don't even have to be educated. It's as simple as that. Okay, so I'm moving on to the job opportunities that you can actually participate in aside trading, because most of us we think it's just trading, buying SBN. Why is it low? Because actually the price of SBN is actually low now. I think it's about 0.038 US dollars. I think it reached its all-time high in January. It's about 0.111 US dollar. That's very high. Okay, so we are actually at the dip at this moment, but major news are coming up soon. And those news, one thing about the crypto space, this part of the world, is that the price of all these tokens are affected by news. People will sell off the tokens when there's panic all around. For example, I just come and say, hey, SBN is not a viable coin. It will dump and you will lose your money. A lot of persons, they are going to dump it, they're going to sell it. And when they sell it, the more they sell, the more the price drops. I guess now. But when good news are erupting and invading the ecosystem, a lot of people say, wow, so we have the Bantu blockchain actually has such great vision. So they want to key into it and invest more. As they are buying more, the price begins to shoot up. One thing about cryptocurrencies or tokens, the blockchain, is that it's been affected by buying and selling pressure. So trust me, we are in this is a very big one. You are not in the wrong place. You are not you did not make a mistake for being part of the Bantu blockchain. You are not going to regret it. You can bank on that. You can bank on my word. All right. So some of the opportunities which you can actually participate, which you can actually claim, which you can actually be part of as a Bounce member are, first of all, as a blockchain, I said no blockchain is perfect. So blockchain, when they are when they start of recent, they might not be bound to blockchain. Any other blockchains elsewhere. When they start of recent, they will need blockchain developers, and blockchain developers, that are people that create you know decentralized exchange, that's DEX, decentralized exchanges for particular blockchain. So the blockchain might want to hire persons with such knowledge. So if you're somebody that is skilled, if you're somebody that's talented in that area, you might just want to apply for a job. It's just like normal job seeking. When you submit your CV, your resume, and they check it and say, okay, you are quite qualified for this particular task or this particular job, and they give you the job. But in this case, it's quite easy. Why? Because you can just be in comfort of your home, in your bed, on your bed, and just apply for a job and get it. I've done it several times. You get I'm done it several times. Most of jobs which I've applied for, they are online, and I get it seamlessly. Nigeria is a kind of government which you need to clarify, try working all around before you can actually get a job. But the blockchain makes it easy for you to actually make money for yourself. I don't want to talk about the money part. It actually causes distraction. I know we need money. We are in need of money, but please let that not be the center of our focus. Please let it be for the knowledge. If you get knowledge, there's no limit to how rich you can be on this blockchain, on any blockchain. But for this purpose of this class, on the Bantu blockchain, there's no limit. So if you have a knowledge on blockchain development, how to code, how to make decentralized apps, the apps, yeah, that's what it's called, the apps. If you check your trust wallet, There's something like that on the trust wallet or the apps. The session is allotted for that part, the app. So if you are a blockchain developer, you can just apply for that job and you be given and you paid in dollars. I don't want to disclose the amount, but it's massive. And also, if you're a graphic designer, a blockchain will want to communicate with its users on a regular basis, and one of the ways which they can communicate is not through meetings like this. This can be kind of exhausting, and most person may not really have time for this kind of meetings. So they can just put up the informations on a graphic, on a banner, on a flyer, and that can be sent across the community, the ecosystem, and everybody will be acquainted with what they want to do next. So if you're a graphic designer or UI or stroke UX designer, your 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 you are highly limited in the blockchain. You are highly limited in the blockchain because you need to create a lot of flyers to communicate with the users. So your skills are highly required and needed in blockchain. So they might just put up for an application. They may just put up a vacancy for that post, and you saw it, and you are that's your field. You can apply and you get paid on a monthly basis, and you're not earning in your normal naira. You're earning in dollars. All right, so you can also be a journalist, or you can let me put this: you can be a content writer or a copywriter. Who's a copywriter? A copywriter is a person that writes on or writes a particular excerpt on a particular brand or project. I guess now. So for example, if I have a clothing line, I sell clothes, I sell vintages, I might just hire up a copywriter and say, okay, you just post things on my clothing on your blog so that people will gain so that people will gain more access to my clothing line and patronize me more. So that's what a copywriter is. So in the same vein, it also applies to the crypto space. People are being paid in dollars for for writing about the Bantu blockchains, for writing about blockchains all around. And I think this is the first time you're just hearing this now. Yeah, because you probably did not have the knowledge of it prior to this time. So a lot of persons are earning in dollars every day on the blockchain, and you can also be a part of that. But the first thing first, you have to acquire these skills. It's quite essential. You can also be a journalist. You can also be a community manager. A community manager right now. You can be a social media influencer, social media manager. Every blockchain wants to spread the news of that blockchain on social media, because social media currently is the means through which you can actually disseminate information faster, because everybody, whether I like it or not, they are a member of his social media. So once it's being posted on any social media, it will captivate them, and a lot of persons, influence of person will be introduced to the blockchain. So every blockchain, the Bantu blockchain, it has social media managers too, which they pay in dollars. They also pay them for that. So these are opportunities which you can um you can um actually you can just click to and make yourself a living. Okay, you can also be a representative. You can be a Bantu expansion representative in your locality. For example, you are in Benin. You can say, okay, I love Bantu blockchain. I want to spread the news to other, just like I'm doing now. You want to spread the news to other of your friends, other of your communities, and you will also be paid. Okay, these are jobs you can get from the blockchain. The blockchain, one thing about the Bantu blockchain, it tends to empower. That's actually the meaning of Bantu. Bantu means empowering humanity. That's the simple. It's an African word. It means empowering humanity. So you can see all of the things which I'm just highlighting. They all point to empowerment. So your skills which you have now, if you're a graphic designer, it's not in vain. If you have any digital skill, that's why I always motivate people. I always employ people: get a skill, get a digital skill, not just skills or normal analog skills like tailoring, baking. They are quite all right, but the world is fast advancing, and we cannot just remove our eyes from the truth. We know what is happening. We don't have to shy away from it. We have to get this digital skill, because whether I like it or not, you are going to get it one way or another. The world is advancing, so it's better you start on time so that you get more leverage. You be able to withstand some conditions in years to come. So please go get a digital skill. If you are not skilled yet, go and get a digital skill. It might be useful for you in not just Bantu blockchain but all the blockchain around the world. So this is much I can say on the Bantu on the opportunities that you are open to on the Bantu blockchain. What else? Okay, I think I will give him for some questions. Although I'm still going to touch some part now. Then before I start asking my questions, please. I know for some of us this might be the first time we are actually hearing about the cryptocurrency. So please, if you have any question, you can just share you can just ask. It's either or you unmute yourself. You can, if you cannot say it out, you can just type it on the group. So please do that now. I'll give him for that quickly. Okay. Please, I'm waiting for you. You can just continue.
Good evening, everyone. I hope we can all hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think there's any need to introduce myself. My name is Jeremiah. So,
Okay.
um,
Just
I first of all, I really want to appreciate our anchor for this great opportunity and the opportunity to learn about Bantu today. And the question I want to ask is, you spoke about the importance of the Bantu blockchain in Nigeria. Let me just
yeah.
specifically put it in Nigeria currently for young or newbies like us.
Okay.
And you also spoke about acquiring new skills. Okay. Um, like in acquiring these new skills, like what's the duration or time it will take for us to acquire these skills? One. Then are there any are there any steps we need to take that after acquiring these skills, then it can be used in the Bantu blockchain? Like, are there any steps we need to go through? Are there anything, and is there anything we're supposed to do in the blockchain before we're granted these opportunities to be able to use our skills in
Okay.
the blockchain? Thank you.
All right. So, I think that's a very good question. Thank you very much for that question. All right. So, I'll just quickly attend to it. Now, when I said there are a lot of skills which you can actually adopt, I didn't say you need to you can adopt them on the Bantu blockchain. All right. The Bantu blockchain will only give you um, like an avenue to to explore your skills or your talent. I guess now it's like a marketplace for you to showcase your wares and all of that. So you getting the skills is outside the Bounty blockchain. You can be prior to this time before you most of us had knowledge of Bounty blockchain or blocking technology. You must have been seeing all this graphic designing, so all those skills, being a social media influencer, how to be a copywriter, how to write content creators for some brands and all of that. So those are the skills I'm talking about. It's not that you're going to get a skill on the Bounty blockchain. So after you finish getting the skill, let's say you are a full fledged, for example, now you're a full fledged copywriter, like you write content on blockchains on about cryptocurrencies. This is what you do. Every blockchain has a website, okay? So it's not something that is difficult. They have a website. They also have a they also have an email. So one of the ways which you can put up your application for such job is to message them to email. You can send them an email. You can contact them using an email. You just go to their website. I said before, every blockchain has a website. For the Bantu blockchain is bantublockchain.org. So that's the website. So you can just go to the website and you see everything that it entails. So from there you can actually get the email address and you can message them on the email. Like you tell you message you, the reason why I message is that you want to play a role on the blockchain. You want to probably write content for them. So that's the way you apply. So once you message them that okay, you are skilled in such areas and they see the need for that for hiring you, you have to submit some credentials like your experience. Experience is one of the things that we cannot underestimate when it comes to things like this. So if you have a skill, they might want to know for how long you've acquired such skill, the places which you actually provided value of preferred solutions using your skill. Are you getting now? So they might want to know those things, and that can all be seen in your CV. So even as a skilled person, if you are a content creator, if you are a graphic designer, it's very essential that you have a resume or a CV, curriculum vitae. So that's what we call it over here. It's very essential that you have a CV. I have for myself. So the CV contains all that you are, the talent, the skills which you have. So you just send it to them along your application that probably you want to be a content creator. Now you say, okay, I want to be a content creator. Then alongside the email, you say, here are my credentials. So they will just look through the credentials, and when they see you competent, it's very easy. They hire you straight up. And you know one thing about the hiring is that there's no competition. I guess now it's not as competitive as the real life jobs. Like if you want to go to a bank now, please kindly mute yourself. All right. If you want to apply for a job at the bank, they might say, okay, there are a lot of persons at the counter, so they don't need much. They don't need any. There's no vacancy on the counter anymore. Okay, if you say you want to work as a customer care representative, you might say no, that place already filled. If you want to work as a cashier, no, it's already filled. As an accountant, no, it's already filled. So there are some limitations in the real world when you want to apply for a job. But when it comes to blockchain, you know, just be good. I always say something. Just be good. Just know your craft. All right. So just know your craft, and there's room. Especially from the Bantu blockchain, there's room, enough space. Just last month, the Bantu blockchain hired over 127 persons just as a BARO representative, which I'm part of now. So this is part of my job now. I guess now they hired 137 persons. So just imagine, just as a representative, not that you want to start writing content or doing other things, other tasks or jobs for them. Just as a representative, they hired 137 persons. Just imagine if they want to hire other persons. So there's a large room for persons, for skilled persons on the blockchain. There's no limit. Just be good and make sure you are competent. You are coming to a blockchain to provide solution, to tackle some of their errors or the problems which they have. So you're not going to come as an underskilled person, because that might not actually serve well. If you are not well grounded, if you are not well learned on the field which you claim to be skilled in, they might not actually accept the application. So before you put up any application for a crypto or for a blockchain, for a blockchain, yeah, Bantu blockchain for example, you must know your craft, and um, apply along with your resume, your credentials. And I think Bantu currently now they're in need of BRO. So maybe you are here listening to me and you want to take up the mandate, and you want to spread the news. You want to spread this news to your friends in your locality. Maybe you are in Lagos State. You want to spread this news. You are quite welcome. Just message me, then I will send you a link for you to apply. It's another job that you can also apply for. I get it now. So that's basically. So any question? I want to believe you understand that. You understood that perfectly. If there are any questions, just let me know. Okay. So I'm attending to some questions. So someone said he didn't get the part of the opportunities, but I just explained that now. If you didn't get that part, just let me know. I just explained more on the opportunities. So I said if you have some skills, some digital skills, you can apply for a job and you get it. So it's not just the major effort. Why am I saying this? It's just to shift our attention from the fact that the blockchain is all about trading XB and all of that. There are a lot of things you can do on the Bantu blockchain to help to assist. When it comes to blockchain, most persons they feel it's just about XBN, buying XBN. Fine, XBN is the token there, but there are a lot of ways which you can be of help to the blockchain, and that's by arranging your services through your skills. Okay, so I think I took that again now. So if there are any questions, you can just drop or send here. I'm sending to message on the group now. Okay. If there are any questions, you can just ask now.
Dave Carson.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'll love for you to touch on most people should keep their secret code, their secret key rather.
Okay.
Yeah, their
All
secret
right.
key. Most
All right.
people should
Okay.
get because it looks like most people they just go into the app, they don't really read through. After that, they lose their XBN.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
touch on that for them to get that knowledge too, if they
All
can even
right.
jot it somewhere safe, it will
Okay.
be
No
really good.
problem. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so what my brother here Tom was trying to say is about the secret key. Are you getting now? So I want to believe most of us we already have the Bantu Pay wallet downloaded. And while you were doing your registrations, you saw the part to back up your wallet. What it actually means is to keep your secret key safe. Now the Bantu blockchain, the Bantu Pay, sorry, the Bantu blockchain has another service called the Bantu Pay, and that's the wallet with which you hold your XBN. So you trade the XBN on exchanges, and when you buy them, you store them on a wallet, and that wallet is the Bantu Pay wallet, which you all most of us here, yeah, I think majority of us here already have. So I think on the group which I created on WhatsApp, I was making emphasis, I was laying emphasis on us backing up our wallets, like saving the secret key. Please, it's as essential as you open the wallet. It's even more essential as that it's more essential than you open the wallet because you know why am I saying you should back up the wallet? For example, your phone might get stolen, or maybe it can just go bad, like the screen is blind and all that, and you cannot get access to your wallet. That's the end. If you don't know the secret key to the wallet is gone. You cannot retrieve it. And if there are funds there, probably you bought XBN worth with $1,000, as much as that, you cannot retrieve it back. So that's why I'm laying emphasis again for the third time. Although I'm going to be putting steps, I'm going to drop the steps on how to do that to back up our wallet to save our secret key. After now, I'm going to drop the picture on this group chat after this chat. Please, you need to save your secret key. You can write it somewhere, or what I do, I copy mine and paste it on my email. So I send it to myself. So in case my phone gets stolen or gets missing, I know my phones are safe. I guess now I can just get a new phone and retrieve the accounts. It's just like saying when you lost your SIM card, you go to the service provider station and you go and retrieve your SIM. Why? Because they are going to be asking you some vital information about it, like the person you last called for Nigerians. I think that's what they do. They will ask for your SIM, your phone number. Actually, they ask for your phone number, the persons which you last called. They can ask for your SIM, the SIM POC number, stuff like that. So that's you can liken it to you retrieving your SIM. So that's the importance of you storing or backing up your secret key. If you don't know how to get your secret key to back it up, I'm going to drop the procedure on how to back up your secret key. Please and please, if you are inviting or if you are referring somebody to the Bantu blockchain, please also make them know the importance of them backing up their secret keys. All right, so I'm just going to go over some things now. I omitted some part of the Bantu blockchain. Before you can actually buy I talked about the XBN, right? The XBN is a token, so this means via which we can transact on the Bantu blockchain. It's the only currency which you can use to make payments or transactions on the blockchain. So I did not really say much about the XBN. I just told you where it's being listed on. Now it's not just any coin, any token you invest on. For example, now people are investing on Bitcoin because they know what it does. Are you getting now? So the reason why you should adopt SBN now, you have to look at some of the fundamentals around it. When I say fundamentals, I mean the reasons why you should buy them. Now, talking about the XBN has a total supply of 369 billion tokens. I'll take that again. XBN has a total supply of 369 tokens. That's 369 billion XBN are available. Like that's the total supply of XBN. 369 billion XBN. No, it's not $369. So 369 billion XBN. That's the token itself, not its value, the token itself. So that's what is that's the total supply. What that means is that that's the amount of XBN that will be that is going to be forever. So compared to your banks, your banks might want to print money year in year out, and they use money to print money. I guess now, but for the blockchain, they have a specific amount that will be that will be available, that will be in supply till whenever, forever. You get it now. So the total supply, total. So they're not going to be they're not going to be developing or creating more XBN tokens aside that 369 billion XBN tokens. And total supply is different from total circulation. I guess now it might be just like saying I have a storehouse, and I have the storehouse the storehouse contains foodstuffs or farm produce. So I have 100 tubers of yam. So that's the total number of tubers of yam which I have. I guess now, and that's the number that is going to be till when Jesus Christ comes. I guess now, but the ones which I want to release for my family is just 10 tubers of yam. I'm not selfish. Please don't look at me with that. I'm not selfish, but I'm just trying to explain something. The total number of yam which I want to release for my family, that which I want to be in circulation at that time, is just 10 tubers. So there's a difference between total supply. Actually, I actually have 100 tubers of yam on my barn. I guess now, but the ones the number of number to, the total number of yams which I want to release for my family, which I am willing to give my family, which I want to be circulation, or which they can actually take to the market and sell, is just 10 tubers of yam. So that's about the total supply. Then talking about circulating supply, we have just 1.08 billion XBN in circulation currently. So you see that it's just a fraction of the total supply. Why are they doing it like that? This is it. If you understand the psychology around demand and supply, you get it right. The law of supply says the higher the supply, the lower the price. I get now. The higher the supply, the lower the price. But the higher the demand, the higher the price. That means if people are demanding for a particular product or a goods, the price tends to increase. If I'm a manufacturer and I I just brought my product to the marketplace, and a lot of persons are demanding for it after they've had the first encounter of it. If they are demanding more for it, I might say, okay, that means they're actually seeing value in this thing. So I might as well increase my price. I get it now because demand is very high. I get it now. The reason why they're demanding for it is because the supply which I made was low. So it's an inverse proportion. The higher the demand, the higher the price. I guess now the more the demand for it, the more what's it called? The price is gonna be. But the higher the supply, the lower the price. Because why? I actually bought let's say that the number of yam I have is 100 yam, 100 tuber of yam. So I bought out 80 at or 99. So it's surplus. You get now, it's surplus. So the people will not get value for it because you can actually get some anyway. So it's surplus. So the price is going to be low. Since it applies to the Bantu blockchain, the XBN, sorry, the XBN, the total supply is 369 billion XBN, but the ones which is in circulation, that's the one which was supplied, is a very low amount. Why? So that people can place demand for it and the price can actually shoot up. And that's the aim of every blockchain. If you want to go into a blockchain, you must see the circulating supply, total supply. It must not be so much. There must be a room for people to demand more for it because every blockchain wants its token to appreciate in price. That's what Bitcoin is doing up to now. I think Bitcoin was established in 2009, and since when it started, the first year people did not really go for it. Then it was less than $1. Then 2009, but now Bitcoin is worth 41,000 US dollars. That's about 20 or 21 million naira currently. Then it was not up to 500 naira to purchase this, and that's the same thing I'm trying to pitch to you now. Bantu may not be worth anything now. It's just 0.03 US dollars currently. But do you know what will be coming up in the years to come? No, nobody knows, and you can actually predict what's going to come in later years via analyzing the total supply and the fundamental that is around it. And this is caused by news also. Good news that says partnership. If other bodies or blockchains want to partner with Bantu blockchain, they may tend to increase the price and all of that. So wanted to look on wants it to actually check out for when you are trying to adopt a token or a cryptocurrency is data supply. So that's about data supply. Then we also have tokenomics. Tokenomics is the amount of the circulating supply and demand. I said it before. If the supply is more than the demand, the project is not going to survive. I guess now, if the supply of a token is more than its demand, a project is not going to survive. Why? Because people will see that okay, this thing is actually quite much. We can get it anytime, so they might just be relaxed and they don't want to adopt it for themselves. But when they see that okay, the supply is low, it's limited, there's limited supply, they want to adopt it, and that is one thing I really sorry who is talking. That's one thing about the Bantu blog. That's one thing about XBN. So it's a gem. Like if you go to my Instagram page, I already made a video on the Bantu blockchain. It's a gem, and I advise everyone here to adopt it. Please, it's a gem. I remember last year December, I told a friend like mouth to mouth about the XBN token, and he invested a little amount of money. Then the price of XBN was minimally low, very very low, and he invested the money around December. So he waited till January, and the price of XBN shot up incredibly, like so well, and he was able to, within that short period of time, was able to get times four of his money. Are you getting now of his investment? So you can just take it as a part of as an it's a part of your investment. Just invest money, adopt the coin XBN. See, I'm telling you for a fact, it's not something. It's not one thing about XBN is that it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not an important scheme. I guess now it's not like the regular Ponzi scheme, which I say okay, bring this money and the next 2 days you get it doubled. No, it's not a get rich quick platform or scheme. It's more like an investment. It's a gem that everyone should adopt. So even as you are hearing this, even as you are saying this video right now, you are this meeting, I'm imploring everybody, please let's be wise with our investment. You can adopt the XBN. Buy now is the time to buy. Now is time to buy. You don't buy when the price of a token is low. Sorry, when the price of a token is high. For example, when it's like $1, that's not when you buy. Now it's not even up to $1. You can adopt it. So when it's up to $1, just do your analysis. How much rich are you going to be? I guess now. So that's one thing. That's one thing to say about this Ben. It's viable. It's a gem, and everyone should try as much as possible to adopt it. So aside adopting it, I just talk about other opportunities that you can get on the Bantu blockchain. All right. So if there are any questions, please you just drop on the comment section on the group chat, or you can say it out. You can speak out. Thank you very much. As you can, are you talking? If you're not talking, please can you mute your mic?
Hello, good evening, bro Dave.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah, it's Murphy.
Okay. So
You said there are a lot of opportunities that are in sync with the Bantu network,
yeah, quite right.
and I want to know if it's possible to run a musical adverts on the Bantu network.
Okay. So let me attend to your question quickly. You said if it's possible to run a musical advert. Okay, I will not say no. Why do I say that? Because if you're saying you want to run a musical advert, that's part of marketing. That's purely part of marketing. So you might want to adopt a new way, not the normal way people have been doing their marketing. You might want to adopt a new way, and it might be through music. It's quite alright. You might just pitch it to the community, to the team of like the blockchain um, developers, the team of Bantu blockchain or the Bantu blockchain team, and you just pitch to them that okay, you have a new idea to pitch to them that will make the blockchain move forward or draw more users and more investors into the blockchain. And if they see that it's okay, it's quite alright, you'll be hired, and also that's another way for you to make a living out of your skill. So that's it. Any further
Okay,
questions?
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
if I want to go by this now, how do I go about it?
Like I said, you can message them on via what's it called, via their email. Get an email, just
Okay.
check it up on their website. Website is okay. Let me type the website on the group now. Bantu is the Bantu blockchain, bantublockchain.org. So when you get to this website, you just navigate through it and you get the email. You can see the email from there. You can just pitch that idea to them that okay, you have a new innovation that can actually improve the the blockchain, and they actually see to it and either adopt it or tell you to modify it. So that's it.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
So I can
Okay,
mute now, right?
so you said
Said I can mute, right?
yeah, you can. Okay, so how many more questions do we have? Okay, do you have any more questions? Do we have any more questions? I'm seeing plenty of questions on the group chats. A lot of persons are complaining of network. Please, if you're having network issues, just change your location. The country has poor network generally. Just change your location. Okay. So it's assumed we all understand
Hello,
what the
hello,
band.
brother.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Murphy. Let's just say um I invested in Naira, for example. I
Okay.
know they don't use Naira, it's SBN, like you said. Let's say
Okay.
I invested in Naira in the Bantu blockchain. Um,
Okay.
is it possible for me to top it,
Like what?
like to top it? I
Like
invested
to
in
add to it.
Naira to add to it, yeah.
Yeah. Like if you buy XBN today, can you buy another time? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
You can buy and it's not a one-time thing. Okay. Since their exchanges are available for trading XBN, you can buy any day, anytime. So if you want to buy a naira today, tomorrow you say, okay, I'm having two naira. Let me buy 2 naira worth. You can buy next week again. So on and so forth. It's not just you can. It's not that you will just. It's not like I said. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a Ponzi platform. So it's not that you just put your money and wait for 30 days. They're going to recycle it. Then after that, you get your returns on investment. Please, Jerry, meet your mic. Jeremiah, please meet your mic. All right, so that's it. You can invest any day, anytime, and that's it. Any further question, please?
Oh, all right.
You understand? Say that one will not fair plan.
Yeah, the network is really bad. I'm so sorry for that. Network is really bad, really, really bad. I'm trying to navigate through it. Okay. And Blizzard, network. Sorry, I'm not skipping, sir. It's the network. But I want to believe, aside the network issues, we've been able to grab it, grab a thing or two from all that I've been saying since, right? Okay, okay. Okay. So, Okay. So am I free to ask questions now? Or maybe just just to round up with the section now, then we reward you guys for attending at least. Can we can I ask some questions? Can I ask some questions, please?
Can go on.
Okay, so I'll drop the question on the group chat. So it's gonna be fastest finger first. Fastest finger first. So please pay close attention. Pay close. I'm typing now. Okay, so just one question. Okay, so I think we actually I think I like this one. The blockchain is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hack, or change system. Okay, I think that's quite explanatory. Yeah, coupled with the fact that it's a digital ledger. Okay, it's a digital ledger according to recent here. Then Faith said it's a series of interconnected digital ledgers. All right, so you just quoted for me what I said. That's quite right. So I'll give it to you all. I'll give it to you all. So just drop your Bantu Pay username. Drop a Bantu Pay username, or you can just hold on now. Just hold on because I'm going to be asking some questions, more questions now. So just hold on. Let me just add to the questions. Okay, I'm typing. All right, so I really want to. This is a final note now. I really want to appreciate everyone that made it to the end of the class. Really elated, I must say, I must confess. Even those that actually left before now, they left along the meeting. They also did well. Thank you for your time, and I'm also glad that you guys understood what you were able to understand everything about the Bantu blockchain because your responses are quite impressive. All right, so I want to, like I said before, I'm imploring everybody, please adopt the XBN token. It's a gem. I don't really give financial advices. When it comes to something which I do my research on personally, I really want to share with friends, because one of the way of empowering people is not just by giving them money all the time, like okay, urgent to and all of that, but sharing this kind of knowledge can actually empower you guys. I'm very serious about what I'm saying. You can bring empowerment to you all because there's a lot of opportunities on the blockchain, and when you okay, let me not exaggerate, but just know of the truth. It's very factual that years from now you guys are not going to be the same having this knowledge. But it's not enough to have this knowledge. Please put these things into practice. All that you've heard me say tonight, they will be of no relevance if they're not put into good use, especially that of the job opportunities, then that of adopting the XBN. If you don't play your part in adopting it, you cannot benefit from the rewards. All right. So, if there are any questions, I will take them after I end this meeting now. And I said you all should drop your your Bantu pay username for some rewards. It's just a token, just for participation. Everyone that participated is, um, you know, will be rewarded. So it's not a function of whether you answer the question correctly or not. Because you all did well. I'm really impressed. So it's a final note on behalf of the Bantu blockchain. I want to say thank you very much. So I'm going to be sending a video on how to buy from Timbuktu. I said Timbuktu is one of the platforms or the exchanges where you can buy XBN easily without need of you doing a lot of verifications. So after now, I'm going to be dropping the video on this group chat. Then you can go through it. If you have any questions, you can message me on the group chat or privately. Anyhow you want to do that. I'm going to be dropping some other things on the group chat. Thank you very much and good night.